about you as the enemies.
Exactly.
And you're not my enemy.
No.
Even if you were, I would love you. By the way, I love the Jews. Jesus Christ said, love your enemies. And the Jews are my enemy, not personally, an individual Jew, but in their rejection of Christ as a Christian, as a Catholic, I have to reject that rejection. Can I just finish this point? I don't want, and please, let's use this opportunity, I don't want people like Tommy Robinson, Calvin Robinson, Douglas Murray, Lawrence Fox, Nigel Farage, all these so-called right-wing conservatives, because their job seems to be to demonize the Muslims, and I don't believe it. We're brothers, and I think we can work together.
We can. I wanted to show you something here in chapter 5, in Quran, chapter 5, verse number 82. Here. If you wanted to read it out loud.
As I said, look, is this because I don't mean to rush. Is this a conversation about whether Jesus Christ is God or a prophet?
No.
Because we can talk about
that. That's about the commonality. That's what it says. This talks about, read that one.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, you know, I would say that the tradition, let me explain the tradition of the Catholic Church always. We identify the Jews, remember not all Jews, but the Jewish people, the Jewish leaders and those who call for their who follow their lead.
Yes.
In Greek it's hoi Judaioi. That's the Jews. It is the political entity that called for the crucifixion and the death of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It does not include all Jews. Mary, the disciples, didn't call for it, so that's obvious. Now, I would say the Jews and Judaism was formed after the fall of Rome, and I would say the most essential identity there is the rejection of Christ. It's there to this day. And I think when you look at a genocide of the people who were living in this land where Jesus walked, the people who've been there for hundreds and thousands of years, I don't see why Eastern European Jews, Netanyahu and these people, why should they go and steal the land of those people, and then when those people resist, think that they can kill them and bomb them, and I would call it a genocide. That's wrong, and I think we can, as two people who love God, we can find common ground in that.
Actually,
can I leave it at
that? Thank you so much. It was lovely conversation with you. And we need to have these kind of good conversation actually with each other, and we are happy to have this dialogue.
That's
right. I believe if we have this kind of dialogue, it will kind of reduce the animosity between the faith, between the people of faith. And I brought that verse, which is verse number, as I mentioned to you, verse number 82. By chapter 5, which God has said, you will find the most people who have animosity towards the believer, the Jews, and those who associate with God partners. And you find those ones who are close in terms of kindness and compassionate to those who believe, the one who says, we are Christians. That because some of them, they have priests and monks, and they don't have arrogance and pride. And we respect this.
Thank you.
Well, and that's what we wanted.
That's what
we wanted this kind of dialogue.
Muslims and Muslims can live in harmony. We can live in harmony together.
I came from Jordan. And I'm proud, to come from that country. Have you visited Jordan before?
No, I was in the Holy Land once. That's it.
If you come to Jordan, we have a Christian. We have a Christian lives in Jordan. We have Orthodox Christian. We have Catholic Christian lives in Jordan. They live there for centuries. And I will tell you a hint from my own city. I came from a city called Karak. When Salahuddin took over the city, the Christians stayed there, and they were safe in their churches, and they continued to live there. And even including those who came with the Crusaders, they settled there and they lived there. One of the amazing things, they live. There is one area that there is Muslims and Christians live in the same area. During the month of Ramadan, when we fast, you will find the Christian friends in that area. They will not cook food that they will be smelled by their neighbors to that extent. And when they feed their children they play in the street, they will call them in, feed them inside and send them out. And because the Christian that we have during the Lent time, when they fast, the Muslims in that area, they don't cook meat.
Thank you.
And then they don't do that. This is how they live in harmony with each other.
There we are.
And I wish you go there one day and you see
thank you.
how people they live in harmony and as well in respect towards each other.
Well,
That is what Islam is teaching us.
My wife is an Indian, and she was born and grew up in Bombay.
Yeah.
She used to work for Syrian Airlines. So we love your people, and
Thank you.
we're all God's children. And I just want to say to the Christians out there, the Catholics, don't allow the haters, whatever you want to call them,
Yes.
to divide us, because
Exactly.
we're brothers and we want to do what God's will.
Thank you so much. Thank
Love
you.
you, brother.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a lovely conversation. Thank you so much. Actually, I admire this conversation. We love to have more these dialogue, these conversation, respectful conversation. We're not here to preach hate. We're not here to show animosity to each other. No problem to have an academic discussion about certain things. It doesn't mean we have to agree on everything, but at least we should have this kind of mutual respect towards each other, and we should coexist with each other. That is what Islam is teaching us, and that's what we should do, and to live as a human, and as well law-abiding citizen wherever we are. And thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay.
Fine. I got good endurance.
Yeah, it's good. The conversation was amazing. Alhamdulillah, I was happy. I was happy about it. I wish to have more of this. You know, we always get this. Allah
Angry Christians. We had a Christian conversating for 4 hours with us,
Wow.
and he was very sincere yesterday. Alhamdulillah, they're out there, but here it's a bit. You don't find them as much.
Not everyone is bad. You'll find
More
many people.
the modern day evangelical Christians that have, their prophecies are tied to Israel, basically. Their
not
prophecies
only
are tied to the existence of Israel, which makes no sense.
Okay.
Not only that, it's more of speakers' corners.
Who's this?
Yeah, exactly, the energy of that.
These guys.
Who's this?
We don't know.
£50.
It was transpass.